Hey guys, it's Miss Ross. Let's get started on practice 2. Looks a lot like practice 1 and the together column. So here we go. Each box of 50 art supplies has 22 crayons, 11 markers, and the rest are colored pencils. How many colored pencils were in 5 boxes of art supplies? All right, so let's figure out how many colored pencils are in one box. So draw your box. There are 50 art supplies in all. There are 22 crayons, so 22C. There are 11 markers, 11M, and then the rest are colored pencils. So we don't know what this section right here is, but we know if we add these two together, subtract from 50, we're going to get how many colored pencils there are. So 22 plus 11 is 33. Subtract that from 50. And you get 17 colored pencils per box. But it wants to know how many are in 5. So do 17 times 5. 7 times 5 is 35. Leave the 5, carry the 3. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 more is 8. There are 85 in 5 boxes. All right, next one. Camoria had 70 tubes of lip gloss. She gave 5/10 of them to Emma. How many tubes does Camoria have left? All right, so 5/10 is equal to half, right? So if she gave half away, she has half left, right? So you are figuring out 1/2 of 70. Another way that you can figure out half is to divide by 2, okay? So like if, let's say I'm 42 and I wanted to figure out what half of my age was, I would just divide by 2. So you could either do it this way or you could say 70 divided by 2, not 70 divided by half. 70 divided by half is going to double 70 because you're splitting 70 into halves. Okay, so I'm going to just take it right here. If I'm going to put a 1 under here, and I'm going to multiply it out. 1 times 70 is 70. 2 times 1 is 2. That is a big, fat-headed improper fraction. Look at a big fat head on that thing. Divide 70 by 2, and when you do so, you get, oh wait, that's a 6, 10, you get 35. Half of 70 is 35. Also down here, if you take 70, divide it in half, you would get 35. So she has 35 left. Okay, all right. On Wednesday, Dai ran 2 miles. On Thursday, she ran 3 miles. On Friday, she ran twice as far as Wednesday and Thursday combined. So we've got Wednesday, we've got Thursday, right, TH, and right, Friday. All right. On Wednesday, she ran 2 miles. Fill it in. On Thursday, she ran 3. Fill it in. On Friday, she ran twice as far as Wednesday and Thursday combined. So combined Wednesday and Thursday, and then multiply it by 2. So 2 plus 3 is 5 times 2 is 10. But you're not done. How many miles did she run in all? You have to add these 3 days together. So 2 plus 3 plus 10 is 15. Is your answer. All right, next. Miss Cheeley, 1/3 of Miss Cheeley's students are boys. 3/4 of the boys can ride a bike. What fraction are boys that cannot ride a bike? Well, all of the boys is 4/4. Subtract out the 3/4 that can't ride a bike, and 1/4 can't ride a bike. Okay? And now we're ready to solve it. Draw your box. Draw your box and divide it into thirds this way. Color in a third. So this third right here is boys. The rest of them are girls. Okay? Then we have to divide it into fourths going the other way because we have to dot in the 4th of the boys that can't. So 1, 2, 3 lines divides it into fourths. And you're going to put dots on 1 out of the 4 rows. Okay? So these are the boys, and these are the boys that can't ride a bike. So you are going to put a box around the ones that are dotted and highlighted. That's 1 out of 12. Okay? So 1 out of 12 kids in Miss Cheeley's class is a boy who cannot ride a bike. You could also figure that out by doing 1/4 of 1/3, which would be 1/12. Okay? All right, and the last one, I told you before, list it out. A, B, C, D. All right? And you have 1/2 and you're dividing it into thirds. So here's how that would look. If I had a picture and I had a half, let's say I have a half, and then I divide that half into thirds. Okay? So this right here is 1/3 of a half. All right, so let's solve these out. Fred jogs 1/2 mile on Monday and 3 miles on Tuesday. Well, that's 1/2 plus 3. That is not it. Mary cut 1/2 foot from a ribbon that was 3 feet long. So what does she have? She has a 3-foot ribbon and she cuts 1/2 foot from it. That's not it. Joe paints 1/2 piece of wood that is 1/2 of a piece of wood that is 3 feet long. So he has a 3-foot long piece of wood and he paints 1/2 of it. So that would be, let's see, that would be, I guess, just minus 1/2 because that's the part that he painted. And then down here, 3 friends are sharing 1/2 of a pizza. What do you have? You have 1/2 a pizza divided by 3 people. This is your answer right here. Do not. Remember, don't ever put the 3 kids at the front because you'll chop them up, right? Don't do that. So 1/2 of a pizza being divided between 3 kids. So this is your answer. All right, guys, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Stay safe.